I am not throwing away my...
We are here with Carleigh, and at the moment you are in Hamilton as the understudy of Eliza, and then you are also in the ensemble.
Yes.
How has this exciting trip with Hamilton been so far?
It's been amazing. It's like nothing that I've ever done before, and I mean it's my Broadway debut. It's been a dream come true, and everybody's like, you're not gonna, the next one's not gonna be like this. I'm like, I know. I mean, there's no way that you can, top this experience on Broadway. I mean, it's just been incredible.
What got you started into the musical theater and theater world?
I actually started dancing because my best friend at the time, I was 4, and my best friend, who was my neighbor, she was taking ballet lessons. So I wanted to take ballet lessons with her, and I fell in love with it, and she ended up quitting, and she became like the head of the soccer team in high school and like all of that. She was like a real athletic girl, and I stuck with dancing and just picked up like singing and acting and everything from there.
What is the best part of playing Eliza, and what is the hardest?
Ooh, the best part is, oh gosh, I mean, I was gonna say playing opposite all the different, guys that I've gotten to play opposite with. The first Hamilton that I did the show with was John Rua, and he's a good friend, and so that was neat. And then I played opposite Javi, and Javi's amazing. He's the sweetest, and he's just, I mean, every time you walk off stage with Javi, he just like, kisses your hand or like rubs your back. I mean, he's just like the sweetest. He's just so supportive. And then I did it with Lynn, and Lynn's really silly, like always, always cracking jokes. And, and now the last couple times I've done it, I've been on with Javi again. And it's just, I mean, it's cool to play opposite your friends, So that's the best part. And what was the second part of the question?
What is the worst part?
The worst part? The worst part, I would say, is trying to sing those songs in a corset because the corsets are real corsets, and they have, like all the traditional boning all the way around. There's no tricks or shortcuts, and you have to breathe from your from your diaphragm. So it's like, especially when you're nervous on top of it, it's hard. It's hard. So that's the worst part about it, is singing in the corset.
What has been the best experience that you've had in Hamilton, like off stage?
Off stage? Oh gosh. I'm gonna say the Tony Awards, the night of the Tony Awards. The party that we had after, I mean, the performance and everything leading up to it, the entire day was amazing. But off stage, the after party of the Tonys, we partied until like, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, something ridiculous. The sun was up when I got into my Uber to go home. And we could have all kept dancing and spending time with each other much later than that. We were just having such a great time. Questlove was DJing, the music was great, and it was just an awesome time to like be together and celebrate all that we had accomplished. So I'm gonna say the Tony night for sure.
What has it been like becoming a part of this amazing family?
It's really indescribable. I don't have. I'm not going to be able to put it into words, really. It is a family, and people have their good days and people have their bad days, and people argue a little here and there. When people are like tired or whatever. I mean, people are, but we all love each other and we all support each other, and it's amazing. I can count on all of these people. I know that they're just a phone call away in the future, and it's just a huge support system, and it's really cool. It's hard to find casts like that, because usually there's like a couple of bad eggs here and there, but this one's pretty awesome.
So someone asked, what is the audition process like for shows like Hamilton, where there's so much like dancing and it's just like a total different vibe, I guess, than a normal Broadway musical?
I'm actually not sure how the audition process goes for the show now. When I auditioned for it, I that was before the workshop, so that was over 2 years ago now. And it was just a big dance call. It was an invited dance call, meaning, you have to have an agent to get you in. And, you go and you learn a couple different combinations and you're dancing all day, and then they make a cut, and then you have to sing, and then they make a cut, and then you have to dance again. And there's like a lot of cuts. So a lot of dancing, different types of combinations, a lot of singing. Then they eventually gave us, some of the material to learn. And there was no album at the time, so we had to like learn it from scratch. I remember I have demos of Lynn singing like Helpless and stuff like that. Like that's how I learned those songs. And so that's kind of how we went through, just a lot of cuts, a lot of going through different material and stuff.
So you do the show 8 times a week, going back and forth from ensemble to Eliza. How do you keep your body healthy, and how do you keep the show like new and fresh every single time?
As far as my body, so obviously normally 8 times a week I'm in my ensemble track. And to keep my body going for that, I try to eat the best that I can. I have a huge sweet tooth, so I don't want to say that I'm perfect. I like to eat ice cream on my couch at the end of the night to wind down. Everybody kind of knows that from my Haagen-Dazs tweets. But I love juice press. I'm at juice press all the time, getting juices and salads and stuff like that. Just things that my body is gonna run better off of, and stretching. And a lot of people do acupuncture, and I go to physical therapy a couple times a week, and massage. And it's a really difficult show, so we do a lot outside of it to keep our bodies going.
Do you have any fun on stage or off stage mishaps?
Too many, honestly. There's too many. Usually, like right off the top of my head, I remember that we were doing Room Where It Happens one night, and I don't know where my brain was, but my brain was not focused on what I was supposed to be doing in that moment. I don't know what I was thinking about. But there's a moment where we're doing the committee, and meanwhile, that part, and I'm supposed to finish and say no to Oak's character, Madison, and and then go to stage left. And there's a person on this side of me and a person on this side of me, and I don't know why I went that way, and I completely bumped into the person next to me and then had to like turn around and go the other way. And everybody saw it. Like the whole cast saw it, and everybody was laughing at me, and everyone was like, what did you just do? So like there's things like that happen all the time to everybody. We just have, like we forget, and even still, after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, we forget and make mistakes, and everybody laughs at everybody. So that's always fun.
So the show's had a lot of famous celebrities come, including, the president and the family. What is it like to know that, they're there seeing the show?
I don't want to say we've gotten used to it now, but we've kind of gotten used to it. Like when we see celebrities now, it's just kind of like, oh, so and so's here tonight, cool, and we keep going. I mean, there's been so many people that have come through, which is really neat. But I remember, I remember when we were down at the Public and Busta Rhymes was there. You know what I mean? And like. Tom Hanks was there, and those were like the first couple of people that came to see our show, and I just remember we were all like, oh my god, like freaking out. We thought it was the coolest thing, but now I think we've just kind of come to terms with it, and everybody, they're always really nice and friendly, and they come back and they say hello, and they want to take their picture with us, which is kind of cool, which, so I don't know, it's neat. It's neat. We still, think it's cool. But I just feel like we're a little more used to it now.
Yeah. Some of my friends have been asking about what it's like when you hear that Mariska Hargitay is there for the 12th time.
I know. Her and Rosie O'Donnell, like they've been so many times. They're just like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, it's like it's cool. They're so nice and friendly. They just love the show like everybody else.
Do you have any pre-show or after-show rituals?
Pre-show. Well, we always a lot of us, you know, group up before each show and we stand in the green room basement area and stand in a circle and hold hands and say some sort of prayer. So I try to be a part of that every show as long as I'm ready on time. Um, that's usually what I do before every show. And then after every show, I don't really have any after show rituals. I just like to eat ice cream on my couch when I get home. That's really about it. Or go have a glass of wine somewhere. That's really about it.
Do you have a favorite Eliza scene or a least favorite Eliza scene?
Ooh, favorite Eliza scene. I really do enjoy Burn. I don't know. There's something about the storytelling of it that I really enjoy, and it's cool to light the thing on fire every night. It's also kind of like, you know, you never know how it's gonna go, so that keeps it exciting. You know, I've seen the candle go out, and you know, Pippa had to like, we have like an emergency if the candle goes out. There's like matches and a matchboard and everything there, so we can like relight the candle. That only has ever happened once. But like things like that can happen, or like sometimes, depending on which way the air is moving in the theater, the smoke will blow like directly in your face, and you're like, you know, trying to sing through smoke. And that's, you know, I mean, it's, I don't know, it's exciting because you really never know what's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say Burn is one of my favorite. Least favorite, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite for her. I haven't done it enough yet to get sick of anything.
Someone asked, what does the gasp at the end of Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, what does that mean to you?
To me, I just, I'll tell you what I envision when I look out, and that's where we'll go from there. I always envision just one of the most beautiful sights that I've ever seen, and it just so happens to be a site that's near and dear to my heart, and it's the view from the house that I grew up in upstate New York. And we have a gorgeous view in that house, and you know, I grew up looking at that, so that's very near and dear to me, and so that's what I envision. And everybody else, it's kind of like your interpretation. Whatever it does to you is right. You know, whether yours is different from the person next to you or whatever, it's all right.
Do you have a favorite fan gift?
Favorite fan gift? Oh my gosh. I mean, they're all so amazing. There's so many people that have drawn pictures and made things from scratch, and I think that's so cool because I'm not creative in that way at all. I cannot draw, and I'm not like arts and crafts. I'm not very good at making stuff on my own. So I really appreciate all of that. I mean, I love the little pillows. I don't know. They're like little square. I'm not gonna know the person that makes them right off the bat. But you know the pillows that they send to everybody. Yeah. And my mom loves them. She was like, "Oh my God, I want to buy a million more." So, yeah, those are fun. Those are cool because they're super personalized. I got like a little paper. Hold on, let me grab it. This little paper person.
Oh yeah.
Isn't she cute? She's got a poof and everything. So like, there's just super cool stuff. Like the detail is just so intricate and awesome. So there's a lot of really cool things. Yeah.
What's it like to now have a fan base? I mean, I would guess as, you know, a 15-year-old, you wouldn't be saying, you know, I'm going to have a fan base in, you know, a couple of years.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a little weird. I was in Starbucks one day and I was waiting for my iced coffee, and somebody came up to me and they were like, "You're in Hamilton, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." and they were like, "Can we get a picture?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, totally." Which, like, I mean, I'm fine with, of course, but, like, I don't know, it was, it's weird to be, like, picked out like that now. It's super cool, but it's just not something that I'm even still used to, you know? But yeah, I mean, if anybody ever sees me out and wants to come say hi, I'm pretty friendly.
Apart from Hamilton, do you have any other favorite show that you have performed in?
I'm gonna say In the Heights. I did the tour of In the Heights, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite shows I've ever been a part of. We did original everything, original choreography and everything, and it's just such a good show. The music is so good. I mean, Lynn and Alex Lacamoire and all that, same guys. They're just real good at what they do, and they make really good stuff. And I loved that show. I loved it.
Do you have any advice for young actors?
Advice for young actors, I would say get into class as much as you can, study as much as you can, and don't get discouraged if people tell you no, because people are going to tell you no. That's just how it goes in this business, and you can expect that. I think that's why it's easier to take, because it's going to happen. So when people say, "No, you didn't book that part," or "No, no, your singing wasn't good enough," or "No, your dancing," whatever it is, you can always learn more, you can train harder, and you can keep trying. So I think that's the best advice I could give.
Okay, last question. If you could have lunch with any Broadway actor or actress who is either past or still alive, who would it be?
If I could have lunch, I guess Cheetah. Yeah, I mean, she's the queen, right? I mean, she can do everything. She can do everything, and I think even still, in today's day and age, people are looking for the people that can do the best of all three things. They want triple threats. They want quadruple threats. They want people that can sing, dance, act, and play an instrument, or whatever now. And she can do it all, and she was great at all of it. She still is. So I think it'd be cool to sit down with her.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you for doing this interview with us, and I will put down all of your social media in the little description, whatever box thing, I guess.
Thank you.
And make sure you like and subscribe to Broadway Vlogs.
Yeah.
And that's it, I think.
Thank you.
I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.